Rich, comparison videos are like buses. You wait for one to come along and then two come along at once. And I'm fairly sure I've used that
Is
joke
there just
before.
two, though?
No, there's actually three. So, this is London buses. Wait for one and then three come along. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm fairly sure I've said that before. But you know what, Rich? I don't care. And this is Resident Evil 2, next-gen version.
Yes, what a game.
Yeah, very good game. And this, compared to Resident Evil 7, you'll actually see some differences. And we'll jump straight into that. The frame rate on the next-gen ray tracing version is a little bit all over the place at times. When there's nothing going on, it's solid 60. When it gets a little bit frenetic, it's like it can drop to like mid-40s. So that's the one thing I want to point out. And the last-gen version wasn't stable. Whereas the next-gen ray tracing off version is stable. But, Rich...
What a shame that it sort of fluctuates when ray tracing is on, though.
Yeah, but I'm about to run you through why you should probably still use ray tracing.
Okay.
Mainly because it just looks infinitely better in terms of the lighting and in terms of everything else. So, yeah, I mean, you do sacrifice a few frames when things get mental.
Right.
But, like, as you can actually see in this one, there is a difference in quality. Like, the fidelity graphically is much better on Resident Evil 2 Next Gen than it is on Last Gen, which we couldn't really say when we were talking about Resident Evil 7. And there's the perfect example. Just in terms of... Sorry.
My eye was immediately drawn to the statue and the background, but that as well.
Yeah, for me, though, it's easier for text to pick out, like, in terms of, like, fidelity issues. But yeah, and this is ray tracing on versus ray tracing off, which they both look really good, Rich. As you can see, a lot more atmospheric on the right, natural lighting, like just over his left shoulder, like things like that, because of where the lights are and stuff like that. It's light there, so you get a more natural feel to the environment. But look at what happens with ray tracing off on the left, that kind of weird pixelated...
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, and weirdly, Rich, well, not weirdly, it's the exact same with the next-gen version.
Huh.
So this is one of the advantages of having ray tracing on. You get this much more realistic environment. You don't get this weird shimmer.
It looks like there's water on the floor. Looks like it's been soaked.
And there definitely isn't. But that's one of the big things with like kind of shiny environments. Obviously, there aren't a massive amount in Resident Evil games, but considering you spend however many hours in here, means that the ray tracing version is, it's kind of fancy. But just every scene just looks a lot better. Like you can see the clarity and the blood on the back wall on the next gen version compared to the last gen. You can see the light like kind of shimmering off it as well. Same with the floors. Like the floor, this is a different angle, different part of the main lobby in the police station. Just looks a lot more natural. And you can see in like the paper on the floor and the footprints. Everything's a lot
stuff on
clearer.
the desk and yeah, it's impressive.
And same again, shimmery floor, obviously, because we're still in the police station. But Rich, I did a super zoom. I think I did 1,000 times zoom just to give you an indication of how much clearer it is in terms of like graphical fidelity. And like,
oh wow,
yeah, do you see what I mean? Like there is a massive difference there.
If you're playing last gen, how are you supposed to know you're not allowed to smoke?
Exactly.
It's too abstract. Yeah.
And like if you've got these smoke bombs, grenades and stuff as well, well they're not smoke grenades, but that smoke comes off them. So but just everything has a much more natural lighting feel to it. Like the library underneath the statue here, like just the bookcases look more natural, and they look obviously more defined as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it's night and day, but this is probably one of the more impressive patches for next gen we've actually seen.
Yeah, and it's particularly impressive because it was such a good-looking game to begin with.
It was, yeah.
That it looks even better is 2019 is that's something.
Yeah, just everything, like every single shot, you can say, oh, that actually looks better. And obviously,
I forgot about this bit.
yeah, me too. And there's the next shot as well, which is another one of those scenarios. But every scene looks better. Like, look at the floor on the next gen version in front of the door compared to it on the last gen version. So this is the advantages of ray tracing, these natural kind of lights. They don't have to bake in every reflection and stuff like that. It's all done on the fly.
Yeah, nice.
Also, Rich, nice little Easter egg. This is what happens when you try and do a comparison video when you've got the tyrant running around.
Yeah.
So this is actual footage of... So you saw when I was stood at that balcony before, Like, this is what actually happened before I took that shot, basically. So, yeah, this is the levels I have to go to, the commitment, Rich. So basically,
a big old fly in the ointment. Yeah.
And that's it. And now I go and capture it, Rich. But that is Resi 2.
Nice.
The patch is out now on Next Gen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.